If you work in tech sales and you're currently experiencing a sales slump, in this video, I want to share with you the reason why it might be happening and how to get out of that slump. So let me first give you some context. When I first got promoted to become an AE in tech sales, I was working for a company called Clio. And my first month on the job, I was hungry, I was fired up, and I smashed my ramp quota. Then what happened after this? I stopped doing the things, I stopped being hungry, stopped doing the things that got me to become an AE and got me to smash my sales quota. So over the third month as an AE, I was the last AE on my team as far as MRR for that month. Missed my quota, and it was an embarrassment. I was the last person on my team. So what I did after that, I kind of realized that I feeling I arrived. I thought, well, this is what I know what to do. I'm an AE. I've smashed quota, and I stopped wanting to listen, stopped wanting to learn. And there's a saying for this. There's a saying for that. It's called, I adopted a black belt mentality. And I want to walk you through here. The black belt mentality will usually cause a lot of people to fall into a sales slump, especially if you're experienced with sales reps. And the opposite of that, and how you should maintain a white belt mentality and mindset, will help you to keep growing, keep trying new things, being curious, and more importantly, your sales career will like this. All your results will like this, and you keep smashing quota and keep growing, and there's no stagnation if you can maintain the white belt mentality. So let's first go to the black belt mentality that caused me to go into a slump. What might be causing you to go into a slump? So basically, let me start over here. Start with the black belt first. So the black belt mentality is this, right? It's not about mastery. It's believing you are a master. And there's a subtle difference that causes huge negative impact. So there's a couple characteristics of a black belt mindset. And if you have any of these, chances are maybe that's what's causing you to be in a sales slump. Just 1 second, we'll go back to the video. If you're a BDR, SDR, or AE, and you want to learn how to earn between $100,000 to $200,000 per year working in tech sales, then I have a free video training for you. In this training video, I'll walk you through my mindset first selling framework, which allowed me and other people I've coached to earn between $100,000 to $200,000 per year working in tech sales. It's a free training. All you have to do is click the link below, be sent to a website like something like this. Put in your email, you get instant access to this training. Okay, now let's go back to the remaining of this video. So the first thing is that with a black belt mentality, you stop learning, you stop improving. It's when somebody thinks they've made it. Stop studying, stop listening to gong calls, stop reading sales books, and start relying on old skills and old ideas. And it's in a fast-changing world where sales, business, and content are always changing. This turns into a slow decline. It's very subtle. You can't see it. It's kind of like this. And then once you know you're on a pip, you hit rock bottom. Now, the thing about this, though, if you have a quick descend, rock bottom, that's okay, because at rock bottom, you're like, whoa, I can't go any lower than this. And you just can humble yourself and you get back up. But the worst are people that maintain this black belt mentality and they do this. And that's where they get caught in that mediocrity. And they're not crushing it. It's not low enough to be fired. And this doing this, and that's the worst. That's the black belt mentality would do to you. Second is you lose touch of the market. You lose touch of the market, right? You lose touch of the fact that what it takes to know what your audience, the market is, as far as, listening to your content, listen to your audience, listen to prospects, right? Sales reps stop listening to prospects. If you're an entrepreneur, you stop listening to customers. And over time, that drifts you away from people what actually want. And see, the black belt mindset also protects your ego instead of results. It's the defensiveness. You avoid, you fight back on feedback. You avoid feedback. It's a saying, right? Feedback is the breakfast of champions. But with the black belt mindset, you justify your weak outcomes. You justify your results. You make excuses. And I have a saying: losers make excuses, winners make adjustments. When you have a black belt mentality, you make excuses, and it kills your growth. What happens next is that you get outworked by the white belt mentality. Your hunger, the hunger of a white belt mentality, with half the talent, will surpass any black belt thinker. A black belt thinks this: I got this. I know this. And because you don't notice the decline at first, it hits hard when it finally does. And lastly, it gets missed opportunities. You know, when you have a black belt mentality, you stop talking to people, connecting, saying hello, reaching out, networking, and there's missed opportunities. There's missed opportunities when you do that. It's missed opportunities when you could be able to go to a party when you feel like I don't need to go there. I'm going to talk to them. Those who show up, those who say hello, those who say hi, those who are gracious and open and have that humility, it creates opportunity for them. It really does. So I want to pivot. Now that we see what causes most sales slumps, this black belt mentality, this mindset, we're going to shift and say, what do you need to do to get out of your current sales slump and never have to go there again? This is all about the white belt mentality. So with the white belt mentality, it's not about experience. It's about staying coachable. And in sales and business and in any kind of context of life, this mentality compounds in ways that most people don't notice until they look up. Like, I just white belt, white belt, white belt. You wake up, you're, whoa. I'll give you an example. Where I'm working now, tech sales, there's a rep that is new, been in tech sales for maybe 6 months. And I've been tech sales for 7 years. And last month he beat me. When I say beat me, he exceeded me in sales performance. Why? Because he had a white belt mindset. And I foolishly fell into my black belt mindset again. But it's okay. That's why I'm making this video. Because I snapped myself out of it quickly. My point is that you learn faster than anybody else. You absorb skills quicker. You have no block ego. You're always asking questions, revisiting the basics, practicing the fundamentals long before others get bored. I have a 2-year-old son, and he's always asking questions constantly. Why this data? Why this data? Why this data? Why that? Why this? Why that? That's how he learns. He's curious. He's curious. That's what he learns. He's a sponge. He's learning all the time. He's taking everything in. Why that? What's that noise, data? Why'd you do this, no, data? And as we get older, we stop being curious. We're like, I kind of know this or whatever. But that's the white belt mentality is. You learn faster. You avoid plateaus. See, most people stop improving at around the 2 or 3 year mark in a sales role because I think they know enough. Keeping the white belt mentality, it forces you to keep experimenting, studying, refine your craft. There's no stagnation, right? It's all about what I call getting 1% better every single day. With the white belt mentality, you become a person others want to teach. Coaches, managers, leaders, mentors naturally invest in people who are hungry, who are curious, who are humble. If you have a white belt mentality for like 10 years, at whatever role you are in, every industry you're in, that compounds into opportunities, introductions, promotions, and collaborations all across the board. See, with a white belt mentality, you stay connected to your marketplace, your audience, your target market. You're being empathetic. You understand people because you remember what it felt like to struggle or the pains of other prospects. And with the white belt mentality, you master the fundamentals. You sharpen the basics over and over and over again. If you put in the time, it's just I call they call it mastering the mundane. I call it embrace the boredom of consistency. But just putting that in, putting the work in, putting the work in, putting the work in. The fundamentals. That's why the top professionals, anybody who's great, all the greats from tennis, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, whatever sport, piano, whatever it is, they rehearse the fundamentals to a T. They just do it consistently, like magic, not magic, like a machine. That's why they're professionals at the top of their game. So I hope this video encourages you, inspires you that if you're in a sales slump, the chances are that you might be drifting into having a black belt mentality where you stop learning, you stop trying things, you stop listening, stop being coachable, stop trying to figure out what's working, stop growing. And if you feel like you're spiraling, I have a nugget for you. If you feel like you're spiraling, right? And the fastest way to get out of a slump is this: you humble yourself and ask for help. Here's what you're going to ask. You go to your sales team, and the top rep of your sales team, the number one rep of your sales team, go to him or go to her, shoot them an email, a text message, a Slack message, and say, hey, welcome to the office, welcome to the cubicle, and say, hey, you know what? I respect you, man. I respect you. I respect what you've done here. You've mastered the role, and I need help. Would you be willing to help me? I'm willing to bet 9 times out of 10, that person will be like, yeah, sure. But here's the key. Here's the key. Because I have been both people. I've been the top rep. Somebody asked me for help. I've been the bottom rep. I asked somebody to help. Here's the key. When you ask this rep for help, and they give you the keys, they give you the recipe, how to go that slump and be top rep. 2 things you must do. Whatever they tell you to do not mess it up. It's a recipe. Don't change it. Don't question it. Imagine you're making big in a cake. Whatever they tell you to do, these calls, this, just do it. Don't question them. Sure, okay. Do exactly what they tell you to do. Consistently. Over and over and over. Number 2, whatever they tell you to do it right away. Start the same day. Whatever they tell you to do, start the same day. No gaps. No, okay, I'll get to it next week. I'll get to it tomorrow. Oops, I forgot. No. If you do those 2 things, humble yourself, ask for help for a top rep. Number 2, whatever they tell you to do right away, consistently. Don't change the recipe. I guarantee you will get out of that sales slump and become a top rep. And as long as you maintain the white belt mindset, you're going like that.